Hey guys, it's the Tinkerlad here. So originally I didn't want to do this video, but due to the topic itself causing such a high amount of cry out on the internet, I decided that I want to share my thoughts anyway. I hope you don't mind, and before I start to talk about the actual topic, Microsoft's GitHub acquisition, I want to ask you a question. So what do you think about such rant videos from time to time? I mean, I want to keep this channel's main topic still to electronics, IoT and stuff like that, but from time to time there are topics that are more or less important to us makers, and I want to talk about those a little bit. So I hope you don't mind. Please write your opinion in the comments. Thank you in advance. So back to the topic. Microsoft has just announced that they are buying GitHub, and it's already a cry out there. Everyone saying, "Oh my God, Microsoft will ruin GitHub" and so on. But to be honest, I'm not sure about that. I mean, let's look at some facts. So, some facts that people tend to forget. So the first fact is that Satya Nadella is not Steve Ballmer. Steve Ballmer had the idea of demonizing open source, saying stuff like Linux is evil and so on. Nadella is exactly the opposite. He keeps saying how important open source is, how important the open source community is. Okay, next one. Microsoft is one of the largest, if not the largest, contributor to GitHub. They have almost like 4,000 repositories on GitHub. So if they screw up GitHub, they screwing over themselves. Just think about it. Which companies use GitHub? So let's say Netflix, Spotify, SAP, I don't know, probably Oracle, whatever, huge companies, they are just using GitHub. If everything or anything goes wrong, these companies will feel the consequences, and Microsoft will face such a negative feedback from these companies that they just can't risk it. So typically people say the example of Skype, that since Microsoft acquisition, Microsoft has bought Skype, they just ruined it. Yeah, we could say that. I personally agree that the current version of Skype is nothing like it used to be, but let's face it, Skype, you cannot compare Skype to GitHub. It's not the same caliber of software. It's even stupid to say GitHub is a software, because it's not. It's a service. It's a community. It's, let's say, a phenomenon nowadays. It's one of the largest things that happened to the open source community in the last decade. So it's nothing like Skype. These were facts that I wanted to clarify before going on. Next, it worth actually watching the CNBC interview with Satya Nadella about this acquisition, and he has made some interesting promises. So he said that they want to keep the core idea of GitHub, and they want to keep GitHub independent, and also they want to integrate GitHub with their own stuff even more. That's no surprise. But at the same time, they want to offer the chance of integration of GitHub services to everyone else. This is how GitHub is working at the moment, and apparently they have no intention to change that. These are promises, I understand, right? So, but what would be the point of promising this and just go in the totally another direction? Anyway, here's just some final thoughts about what I expect. So, I expect that GitHub will be moved to Azure. I'm not sure which cloud platform is GitHub running on at the moment, but let's face it, Azure is a second market leader, or one of the top 3 market leaders. I'm not sure about the exact order at the moment, but we have AWS, we have Google Cloud Platform, and we have Azure, and they are basically the top tier. So if a service is moved to Azure, it ensures quality. So it shouldn't be a problem there. Okay, what next? So they will probably integrate GitHub even more with their own tools. No surprise there. I would do the same. If I buy something that fits my portfolio, then I will just integrate it with my own stuff. So that can be expected. So what next? I would expect even tighter search integration, because let's face it, Microsoft is trying to copycat or follow Google with all this searching. They have Bing, they have the Cortana integration, they try to personalize this whole search experience, they try to do personalized adverts and so on. So there's no surprise here. I would expect to see, for example, Cortana enhanced with searching GitHub repository. Personally, as a developer, I would say it's cool. Like, I could ask Cortana about GitHub projects, or I could ask her to, let's say, open a ticket or something like that. So it sounds interesting, to be honest. I understand that you call this whole thing speculation, but up to this point, I see no clear reasoning. I see nothing besides, I heard nothing besides Skype was ruined. Yeah, Skype, okay. And they kept, so these naysayers, they kept quoting Ballmer. But again, Satya Nadella is not Ballmer. So for now, I'm staying positive, and I will not follow the mass hysteria of migrating my GitHub repositories to GitLab just because GitHub is owned by Microsoft. I mean, look at LinkedIn. Microsoft has bought LinkedIn, and LinkedIn is just fine. Okay, guys, so these were my thoughts about this acquisition. I hope you don't mind, and if you think otherwise, or if you know something that I've failed or missed, then just use the comment section below and let's discuss this, because honestly, I don't see the real reason behind this whole cry out, and to be honest, at some point I'm just getting irritated that currently, if you're not living under a rock, then just you can only hear about this news today. So regarding this acquisition, that's all I wanted to share, all I wanted to say. I really needed to, I felt like I need to express my opinion here, and I really hope you don't mind. So either way, I hope you like this video, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do so. I'm still a newbie YouTuber, and every subscription helps me. For all those guys who have already subscribed, I thank you. Honestly, you motivate me a lot. And stay tuned for my next video. Hopefully it will be back to IoT and electronics and all the like. Till then, goodbye.